just fucking nothing but work.
Yeah.
The whole week. I mean, when it gets hot, we'll go out and do fun shit, but live.
We are live. Yes, we are
live.
We'll give it a minute.
Stream.
Let some trickling going on. Some trickling happening.
Oh, look.
There he is.
Tuna's
just in time. Look at him.
Perfect timing.
Text you.
Happy birthday.
My phone's in my pocket.
Happy birthday.
Not Rebel, because I knew your shit would be.
Oh.
I knew you wouldn't look at yours.
I thought that was, I saw it and I thought it was in the group text.
No.
I told them though, yeah.
Because I was coming right in the neighborhood. So we're going camping.
Oh, me too.
When?
My dad is bringing his boat up.
Oh,
nice.
Because they're about to go to Greece, and I've been in the market for a boat for a while now.
Sorry.
So expensive.
Yeah. Well, we had a budget.
A flat bottom John boat.
Yeah. Well, but the problem is around here is nobody's got registrations and all that shit. And like I want to be legal because I'm going to be going across state lines, all this shit. Like otherwise, if I was staying around here, I wouldn't care.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as I can register
even local.
I'd
still care.
Not too much around here. It's mainly going over to Texas. There's one thing you don't fuck with is Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Yeah. Same with Nevada.
Yeah, you have to have that number up to date.
You fuck around and go out on Lake Mead with no registration on your boat and see what happens. You're fucked.
Yeah. Well, so I was looking at a flat bottom, right? And then I found one and I was like, okay, it's a little bit more than what I want to spend. Let me see if I can talk you down. And then me and Ashley talked about it. We're like, we need to get rid of our fucking RV that we have. Got a big old fifth wheel RV. Ain't using it. So what we're going to do is we're going to trade it in. And we're going to get a little Class C that we could tow our car behind. And then we can go do all the things that we want to do. And then, but actually get use out of it without me having to buy a truck. And then once we trade that in or whatever, because right now the biggest thing is we want to build a house. When I retire, we want to build a house. So I'm trying to like pay off shit, get, a bunch of shit off my credit.
Yeah.
I don't want to add any more.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, trade it in, and then it's going to be about the same amount as what I already owe on it. So it's like, all right, cool. Why not? So we're going to do that. But in the meantime, it was like, all right, let's camp. Well, y'all ever heard of Ollie's?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes. Ollie's is great. It's phenomenal.
What is it?
It's all right.
So
it depends on when you go.
It's a bargain store. Like literally what they do is they buy all this like old stuff or like going out at business sales. They just buy up a bunch of stuff and then they discount it like crazy.
Okay.
Well, they were running a 25% off sale today.
What do they sell?
And literally everything.
Like
I even saw freaking like the snap-on hardwood tiles, like the manufactured floors.
Oh, okay.
Like they say, literally, you think of it, they have it. They've got rugs.
It's like a Walmart or something, like, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they were running a 25%
It's like Big
off
Lots,
sale.
kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
All right. Overstock
but cheaper
in a store.
Yeah. Well, me and my dad use it for fishing because I can get stuff like 80% off.
Oh.
Like some of these baits and stuff.
Yeah.
It's super nice. Well, it's hot as fuck. So I saw that sale and I was like, we went today and it didn't start until 6. And so then I was doing some research because we went and bought a tent, all that shit. And I went and bought a portable AC unit.
Nice.
For us to, at night and if we want to escape all that shit because it's supposed to be, 99 degrees this week and we're supposed to be out there Thursday.
So gross.
Saturday.
99, man.
So
it's
99 with 80% humidity.
Yeah, so it was like that portable AC. I was looking at, I kind of figured I knew how to rig it up, but then I started looking at some YouTube videos and I was like, oh, this seals the deal for it. And so I was like, that's why I was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna be late. I literally hauled the fuck ass. I went and got it and hauled ass back. And then I got a Blackstone so I could cook.
I saw that picture.
Well, Ashley bought me a Blackstone.
Yeah, so you can cook.
Dude, she was gonna buy me the big one.
Oh, really? You got the portable one. That's cool.
And I was like, well, but what I told her is I was like, look, if we're going to go camping and get an RV and all that, I was like, I'd rather have the smaller one. Because if I'm at the house, 90% of the time, I'm using a smoker.
Yeah.
But if, we want to do if I want to sear steaks or something, which is few and far between, I yank that thing out real quick,
Yeah.
throw it on the table outside, and I got the big old bottle adapter, so it hooks right into it because it takes the little 1.5 inch or half-inch line or whatever, like for the camp bottles.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I bought the adapter so I can bring my big one.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Nah,
I went on a tangent.
nah, you're good, man. You're good. Yeah.
So you're talking about camping. I have a joke real quick though. If all 4 of us went camping and you woke up with a condom hanging out your ass, would you tell anybody?
I'd probably roll over and be like, Rebel, what the hell were you doing to me last night? And did you drug me?
Nah. The question is, would you, yes or no, would you tell anybody?
I'd turn around and ask you what the hell happened and why did you drug
you would?
me?
Okay,
I
well, I'm not
probably
going
would.
camping with you.
I probably would.
I'm not going camping with you.
I didn't say who I would tell. I would be like, Tuna, guess what? The fuck just happened?
Yeah.
The answer is supposed to be no, and then my response would be, "You want to go camping?"
Yes, I know we know the joke.
Okay.
Rebel wants
It's like
to keep it Brokeback Mountain style.
elementary school. I was telling this joke, man. You want to go if you went camping?
I have another one, but I
and you
have to
woke
tell it
up-
off stream because it's.
And you woke up in the morning, your
Cancelable.
butthole was sore. Would you tell anyone? That's the other joke. Like, nah, dude.
No, I would be like, "What did I eat last night?
I'll tell your mom.
Some jalapenos."
Like, hey.
Yeah, but you go camping
So-
down south though. It's so much swamp ash, you wouldn't even know what's going on.
Yeah, we're going camping second week of July.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the lake for the 4th.
Which lake?
We're gonna go to what is that, Darbone? It's up by Ruston.
We're going Sam Raven for the 4th.
Don't
Well,
take
I've
a
got
rebel.
so
Don't take
Yeah.
Rebel.
No, I just won't use a condom. It's fine.
No.
Oh,
oh jeez.
Raw dogging. Bro. I can't
Nah,
quit you.
so, recommendation if you ever want to go to the Caribbean, St. Lucia is beautiful, by the way.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I
St.
saw
Lucia
those
is
pictures.
beautiful.
They were.
I just put them in. I just put some in Discord.
Did you? Should we look at some? Can we?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. Let's practice our
Let's
new
go-
scene we got here.
I just put some.
Shack. All right, I got you. Share your screen.
Yeah. We'll just look at. All right, here we go. Well, this one we don't have to copyright. Mute.
Oh, let me do that. There.
How's that? All right, we're not hearing me talking echo.
Yeah, that's like my view at breakfast in the morning, dude.
That's quite the That's almost the freaking chuck wagon breakfast, bro.
Yeah, it was like that particular little restaurant, little place was a like a buffet.
Oh, nice.
If Sandy Cheeks
Bro.
and Patrick Star had a kid, there
Love
is.
It's Sandy.
I was literally trying to see if I can make his name Patrick.
Oh gosh.
Dude, it was actually fun. If you ever get the chance to do that, it's freaking awesome.
I
'Cause
saw
you just walk around underwater, dude.
bro,
You got the helmet on, you walk around.
I saw a clip of those. There was like a row of people underwater, right? And it was in a clip.
Mhm.
And I don't know how deep they were, but they were pretty deep, I think. Anyways, they were holding on to this rail, and some like lady or guy, I can't remember exactly. It was like lady.
Oh, yeah.
Her
I
legs
know what
went
you're talking
up,
about.
and she went
Yeah.
inverted, dude. Underwater with that thing on. So all that water just went.
Yep.
You
Shorty
guys
wants
seen
to-
that clip. Yeah, one
Shorty
of
wants
those
a picture with a t-shirt with that on it.
with space in the background.
Yeah.
I could do that, you know.
Yeah, dude, they had stuff underwater you could walk around.
That's cool.
Mess around with.
Yeah, it's
That was right out in front of our room. So they
Oh.
upgraded our room to the private pool.
So that's your
that's
private
it was-
pool?
Yeah, so they upgraded our room. Originally, we just had a little patio room with like a soaking
Yeah.
tub patio area. They upgraded our room because it was our anniversary for free.
Oh, hell yeah.
To a
So y'all went
private
skinny
pool.
dipping. Got it.
Be honest. How
Maybe.
many times you piss in that pool?
None.
I would have peed in it at least once.
I'd
The
have left my
last
mark.
time
But
I
yes,
got
y'all
in.
went skinny dipping, guaranteed.
Oh, did they put rose petals on your bed too?
Yeah, they
Wow.
This is before the magic happened.
Yeah.
did. They did put rose petals on the
That
bed.
was after. It was a disaster.
Afterwards, there was like 7 fucking rose petals stuck to
Yeah.
AG's back.
And that window right behind the bed
Yeah.
is the shower.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Yeah,
nice.
you could do a little voyeur action there.
Little shower and a show.
Get some rose petals.
He goes and takes a shower, he's pulling rose petals out his ass crack.
For real. I picked them all off.
Is that a
Yeah, dude, we went fish. We went snorkeling.
nice? Is that like a special camera you bought to do that?
Yeah, just like a cheap version of a GoPro.
Oh, like a little underwater type camera. That's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Just went snorkeling and hanging out.
You gotta be really fucked up to get drunk at that table.
Hey,
You know, was conch shell.
But
Yeah,
the
it's
snorkeling
cool.
part, we did a little like evening catamaran cruise and snorkel, like a sunset catamaran cruise and snorkel trip.
So you guys didn't
But the
stay
food
at
was good.
the White Lotus?
The White Lotus.
Yeah, you didn't stay there.
It was Sandals Halcyon.
To know what I'm for you to know what I'm talking about, it's a television show on, I think it's HBO or Max or whatever. It's fucked up, all fucked up.
It
Show, but
looks
it's
like
good.
he's clean shaven too.
It does.
So he looks
that-
baby face and doesn't have a hat on. It doesn't look like AG at all.
I shaved it down a little bit. You can still see it.
It looks
Shaved
like-
it down a little bit because I had to wear, for the snorkel trip to wear the goggles.
Baby army.
Baby army.
Baby
Yeah, this
army.
is AG like before he deployed. Like
I feel like you could put a bib on, it would look cool.
Yeah, I can already see what's gonna happen with this Photoshop.
Dude, I could like put some planets back there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool, man. It was really nice.
That's awesome.
Sandals,
It was fun.
Sandals was the way to go too, man. It was because it's adults only.
Yeah.
No fucking kids
Fuck
running
them
around.
Kids.
Fuck the
real.
kids.
Get the fuck out of here.
Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
Oh.
Yeah, no fucking kids, no bullshit. It was just peaceful and nice.
Good.
That's the one we stayed at.
Yeah.
They have a bigger resort on the island, and we went there and checked it out because you can travel between the Sandals resorts for free
Mhm.
and use all their amenities, restaurants, all that shit also. But I didn't like that resort. It was like the party resort. It was just too much for me.
Yeah.
I'm not that's too much
You just
going
want
on.
to chill.
Exactly.
Yeah. Relax.
It was
He
nice to go
wants-
visit, and their beach was nicer. Like their water and beach was a little nicer, but
Mhm.
the atmosphere there was too much.
Yeah.
It's too much of the parties.
Nah, he wanted to bring out his inner Keith Sweat, man. Come on now.
Not the old head. It's not for old heads.
Mm-mm.
Nah.
Romance, not party.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's awesome, bro. Glad you have a good time. You guys
yeah,
had a
he
good
was trying to
time.
be Keith Sweat, not Andrew WK.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that name in a while. Holy
Andrew
crap!
WK.
I heard that song the other day. I
You're
was like,
dating
"Man,
yourself,
that's-
bro.
This song's fucking killer.
Yeah. So,
Nice. It was amazing though. So I recommend a Sandals Resort if you go somewhere. It was nice.
Yeah, but that's really
Okay.
cool. They upgraded y'all though too.
Yeah, because we actually looked it up. It would have been like $1,800 to $2,000 more for us to stay in that room
oh wow,
for
Yeah.
5 days.
wow.
Did you do the
Nice.
all inclusive
Sweet.
thing?
Yeah, it's all inclusive.
So it was
How
like
drunk you get the first night?
What's that?
How drunk you get the first night? If it's all inclusive.
I was a little tipsy. I mean, dude, you literally get there and they bring you into this like one of their lounge areas, like their main like concierge lounge area type thing, and already giving you a drink.
That's
Here's
awesome.
a Long Island iced tea or a Mai Tai or some
No,
shit.
they have this like rum punch.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
That sounds like my type of resort.
fucking amazing.
That sounds
I
awesome.
was
Sounds
like,
fun.
I was like, I'll take that, and
Yeah,
another,
Let me get a couple.
and
then.
another. Yeah,
When I used to smoke, I used to get those like when I would go to the Renaissance Festival, I get those rum flavored cigars.
Mm,
yeah, it was
Man,
like a rum punch, man. It was really good.
Bet you
nice.
went down smooth as shit too.
It did.
Way too easy.
It's dangerous, very dangerous.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was good.
Tuna's birthday's today. Did you guys know that?
It is.
He turned 27 again.
Right?
for the
How many
7th time,
times have you turned 27?
17th time.
Wait, how old are you now?
11th time I've turned 27.
38? Is that how old you are now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. He's pushing 40. Pushing 40, guys.
My body already tells me I'm over that. So
Yeah. It'll do that
Yeah,
to you.
mine
Dude,
was the same.
it's so funny when me and my dad went fishing that one day. Like I was yanking a crankbait all fucking day, and like the next morning I'm like, oh, I hate my life. I was like, I need to get back into doing this again.
Dude,
I
my
yank a
hands hurt
crankbait too, but there's
afterwards.
usually master somewhere in between there too.
Crank master baiter.
He cranks out a masturbate.
Masturbate
Dude, if I'm-
cranker.
If
I
I'm,
don't know.
Yank,
if I'm
crank, masturbate.
Crank anchor.
if I'm doing a lot of bass fishing or using a lure, my hands, like the carpal tunnel, like that shit just hurts
yeah.
so bad after that. At the end of the day, I'm like, fuck.
Mine were good. Like after, like once I started driving home or whatever, I was just kind of like over the wheel, hung it over, and they were good to go. Yeah.
That's why I like catfishing and perch jerking. Just put it out there, pull it in when it needs to be.
Throw it out,
See,
sink her down.
It's easy.
I don't get satisfaction out of that.
I do once we eat it.
I just use like easy stuff here. I'll do a plunking for salmon, or like throw a like a little, I don't know, a buzz bomb in the water, and you just throw it in and it's weighted, and you just kind of give it a little whip every so often to make it look like a wounded fish, you know, and then you catch salmon.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Nothing too
I like
crazy.
those. They're called slingshots. They're like wacky worms. You hook them in the middle of them, and they kind of flop around on the top of the water.
Yep.
I like using.
Well,
those.
right now because with
Watermelon
post
seed.
spawn. Yep. Well, with post spawn though, like they're, with all the bluegill and the shads that kind of already spawned, they kind of retreat out to the deeper water, and you got to like entice the shit out of them. Like you can't, wacky worms. Yeah, they might work if you drop it right on their fucking face. They'll just. But if you want to get them to strike and you're trying to cover water, you need something super aggressive.
White spinnerbait then.
Yeah, but a spinnerbait, like it's almost not aggressive enough for, if they're suspended in 8 foot of water, because the spinnerbait's only going to go down 2 feet.
When I used to work out at Lake Mead when I was younger, we had a fatty little bluegill lived under the fuel dock. And everybody wanted that fucker because he was a little fatty, but you can't fish off the docks.
Yeah.
There, and everybody, you would see it because he'd come up and eat with the cart and chill. He lived there, and everybody would see it and be like, "Can I have that?" No, it's my pet, dude. It's my bro. It was cool, dude. Little fucker was about 7-8 inches long, probably about 2 inches thick. He was a little fatty. I was like,
he was a chode.
pretty good sized little,
Name's Mickey Blue Gillis.
pretty good sized little bluegill. I'm like,
He was the chode of bluegills.
Well, see, and
But-
you know that dude's got fucking street cred to make it that big without getting eaten.
Dude.
Like that dude is gangster.
Yeah,
Well,
probably.
he got big enough to where even the stripers that would come around and eat, people would throw food into the carp, and you'd have stripers come up and snag food also, and
Yeah,
the bluegill would just be chilling. He was like king shit around there,
he was the
just
alpha.
chilling. I'm like, fuck. There'd be like a 18-inch fucking striper swimming through the carp and won't even touch the bluegill. He's just chilling.
That's funny.
Mm.
Dude, me and
What's
my
his
dad
name?
were fishing.
That's Shane Blue Gillis.
Bluegillis.
Yeah, that's funny. Me and my dad were fishing Toledo one day, and I look over. I said, "Dad, go troll over there." Fucking 4.5 pound bass with a fucking bluegill stuck. He couldn't get it down. Like, in the
He was
fin
choking
got
on it?
tuck it. Yeah, it's so, but like this bass is just floating there, and I was like, "All right, bro." So cut the fucking fin of the bluegill so we could get it out. It's like, all right, hopefully you don't die. And then fucking throw them back, and both of them like swam the fuck off. It's like, you learned your lesson, idiot.
I think I've seen that on was that River Monsters? I think he came across one of them big ass fish like that, had another fish stuck in its mouth, couldn't get it
It
out.
happens. I mean, it
I
happens.
seen on
Huge.
TikTok a video of a bass eating a bass and was choking on it. The
Mhm.
one that was being choked on lived, and the other one died. The one that choked died.
Yep. It's
Damn.
normally what happens when you choke.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
I had a big scare.
That's why you gotta
today.
let her up for air every so often.
You had a scare?
Yeah, with my dog.
Oh, yeah, I read about that.
I saw
Yeah, I
that.
put it in our little chat, but he was.
Mhm.
He was just chilling on the couch, and I went up to the fridge to get a string cheese out. And normally, when I get the string cheese out, the dogs know like I got to pay the cheese tax, you know.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I'm over there. I'm like facing the island in my counter in my kitchen, and I pull the string cheese open, and I hear this like little scramble behind me on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I knew it was my little dog Copper. So I turn around, I look at him, and he's fucking holding his head sideways, and he can barely stand. It was like he was drunk. And he was like, what the fuck's, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? His eyes were starting to dart back and forth. And I was like, oh shit, okay, what's going on? So I got down on the floor. He kind of easily went to that side, rolled on and gave me belly and stuff. And I was just looking at him, and his heart was starting to race, and like he was shaking a little bit. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like freaking out. So and the shitty thing is the animal hospital is like 45 minutes away from here. So I'm like, oh God. So we packed
Hit the
up.
flashers and go, boy.
Yeah, we packed up in the car. We got there, and by the time we got there, he was fucking perfectly fine.
Isn't that how it always goes?
Bro, so he got some.
He got into Daddy's Eagle Rare.
He got some.
Right.
He got some anti-nausea type medicine. They looked at him, looked in his ears. I think maybe it was. We're kind of thinking maybe his ear fucking finally equalized from traveling, because I had both of my dogs with me, and we drove to southeast Wyoming and then back. And then we went, through a lot of mountain ranges up and down through the Rockies. Changing elevations pretty. I mean, at one point we were like 8,000 some odd feet, I think. So I think possibly maybe his ear equalized or something on him, and his inner ear balance is what they call it. It like controls a lot of balance. So he was tilting his head,
Equilibrium.
like falling over, basically couldn't stand up or walk straight. It was like kind of going in a bit of a circle, and I was freaking out because this is my little baby dog, So I was like telling the wife, I'm like, you need to stay calm, because he can sense like you're fucking upset.
Yeah.
So, and we don't want him freaking out anymore. Yeah. By the time we got there, he was fine. The nurse came out, and he's like walking around all normal, happy. Like, what the fuck, bro? He scared the shit out of us, man. So
See,
yeah,
that's
that was
whenever
my
I would have looked
adventure
at.
today.
See, that's when I would have looked at Ashley and said, "We're going the fuck home. I am not spending $1,000 when this
Nah.
dog is walking around perfectly fine."
We still got him looked at, got some medicine for him. We got an anti-nausea shot, and that's pretty much it. And So we're like, yeah, he's fine now. He was perfectly fine. So just keep an eye on him for a little while. He's getting up there. He's a 9 now, but his family line, his life expectancy is like 13 to 18 years. So based on his family line, but yeah, that's scary stuff, man. It was like 5 hours today. I didn't get a damn thing done around the house. Not a damn thing. So
Of course not.
yeah.
Why would you?
So dog took up the whole day, which yeah. And then I just barely got back in time to get on here. So, but yeah, that was my
entire day. Nope, we spent our shopping.
Yeah,
you spent money. I spent money.
I did spend money.
Spent money.
Well, we sold Ashley's computer.
Oh, okay.
For Apple?
No,
No.
we sold. We sold. Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep. That's what funded this camping shit.
Sometimes you got to trade in stuff to have new stuff, hobby stuff.
Well, the problem is we're trying to downsize, especially because moving. You know how it goes for PCSs.
Yeah.
So, and it's like she was like, "Yeah, but my Sims," and I'm like, "Babe, you haven't touched that fucking computer in a year and a half."
Yeah. She holds on to stuff. So I like to hold on to shit too. Like, well, what if I want to do this? Like, I've done that 3 fucking years. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't need to do that. But
yeah,
it takes a lot of convincing.
I have a big old tub of fucking paracord underneath my bed from when I was braiding paracord like crazy. That was my hobby.
Yeah. A
I still
paracord,
keep it.
it could come in handy for shit though, not just like, making bracelets and stuff like that. Keychains, you can actually like use it for good shit. Camping even. Fuck.
Shit. When we were deployed, we got issued the bracelets.
You guys got issued those?
Yep. So, because we had of course, every unit's got a shit ton of paracord.
Well, yeah.
And those guys, they would sit there and make the damn bracelets, and they ordered the clips, and they issued them to us.
That's cool.
Like, fucking comes in handy, bro. It really does.
I know how to do a lot of paracord knots and stuff. Been a while, but I could probably pick it back up. It's kind of like riding a bike, I think.
Well,
I used to sell knife lanyards, paracord knife lanyards with a 38 bullet casing at the end.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, you got to think, dude. Like for simple fixes and shit, that paracord is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
Tying shit down in the truck.
Really strong.
Yeah, in the truck. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hell, we
go
used
ahead.
some on my buddy's boat because his damn trolling motor wired jacked up on him, and just so we can get back to damn launch.
Makes good shoelaces,
Yeah.
all that shit.
Oh yeah,
Tarps,
if you
hanging
weren't
tarps.
deployed and used 550 cord for bootlaces, then I don't know what you're doing.
You weren't deployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't deployed.
Yeah. So you guys wanna hit the hot topic and close out from that? We got like 30 more minutes or so.
Sure.
You know what the hot
Sure.
topic is, right? The title.
Probably
of it.
the
Oh, yeah.
Iran bombing.
Yeah.
Call me bunker because I'm about to bust.
So we might have to get like the 4-minute thing, I think. We watched it last night, Rebel.
Oh, okay.
There's actually a longer video. It's about 8 minutes long. It's who's that guy? Military. What's his name? Jesus. I think he's like an Air Force general, something like that.
Yeah,
Just-
Kane.
Raising Cane. Yeah. Raising Cane.
Is that the one you want, or you want the one 3 minutes 39 seconds of Trump talking?
Uh,
I think the Kane one was better.
the Cane one explains a lot more. Yeah, we can
Yeah.
do that one and just pause it every so often. We can talk to it, and I'll.
Did you see that text, Skep?
I did. Yes, I'm
Okay.
only. Just so you're aware too, I'm only going to talk about what
I know, but either way,
is known to the
that's-
public, and not
Yeah.
not a personal opinion. Well, personal opinion on my thought of like the situation, not the process, I guess you could say. Yeah, so we're gonna pull something up and we'll watch it and we'll give some possible thoughts on it. And I'll tell you what I've seen a lot of is like people switching flags again. I think I've seen what are all the flags flying around? Mexico flag, or no, Palestine flag. And then we all switched to Mexico flag, and now I think we're switching to an Iranian flag or something. I don't know what the next revolt is, but whatever it is,
It's flavor of the week. Whatever they're paid to fly.
Whatever the flavor is, yeah. Whatever they're paid their $250 to
whatever they're paid to hold up.
And I got no issue. I don't think protesting is great as long as it remains protest. That's all.
Oh, that's 53 minutes.
No, it was an 8-minute clip, dude. I don't know if I can find it.
I might be able to pull it up. Give me a second.
Yeah, we'll pull that up and talk about it a little bit. Anyway.
That's 21 minutes.
Yeah. I guess overall, I think most people have known like what's happened, but overall, just to wrap it slightly up, give you the quick scanning on what we're about to watch is the effectivity and focus and what was that? The effectivity and focus of the U.S. military is beyond what people can even imagine. Yeah,
You're wanting
there's like
the
stupid stuff that happens from time to time, you know. But for the most part, overall, when it's time, it's time.
You want the video of him talking the logistics of it?
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's like
how it was
about 8
coordinated.
minutes.
Okay, yeah. I have it on my phone, so I'm gonna send it over to the group chat and then pull it up from there.
Okay.
All right, I'll pull it up.
You got it?
Is it on
send it
Twitter or
over and I'll
something?
pull it up.
Is it on Twitter? It's probably on Twitter.
Well, yeah, just send it in the group. No, yank it. It goes to show the effects of fuck around and find out.
My favorite thing is everybody right now. Oh, we're at war.
No, we're not.
I've got a funny story about it. Okay, it's like really do.
No,
I texted you back.
Well, just yeah, I got you. It just with some of Ashley's clients.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like, not funny, but like being in the military, right? Like you understand things, especially if you've been deployed. You just understand things. Like you understand the real of what's going on the ground compared to like what's in the news media.
Yeah.
You know, but like it's one of those like you don't realize that like true civilians that have never had any dealings with the military, like how that affects them. And it appears that Iran's... Did you send it in the group chat?
It's muted. Well, they just don't know because
I'm getting there.
Like, think of it like a watch, right?
Yeah.
You look at a watch. The normal person looks at a watch and says, "This is the time. This is the day."
Yeah.
Let's say the watch is the mission or the action that took place, right? If you take the watch apart and look at all the pieces and how they function together and what they all do together to give you the date and time, that is the military planning portion. And most of the civilians in the news media see is the time and the date on the watch, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to practice. We're going to do our cool new scene here. And
we have a cool new scene.
Yeah. It's an overlay. Is that the short? Oh, yeah, we need sound.
Did not see us. Friday Friday into Saturday morning, a large B-2 strike package comprised of bombers launched from the continental United States. As part of a plan to maintain tactical surprise, part of the package proceeded to the west and into the Pacific as a decoy, a deception effort known only to an extremely small number of planners and key leaders here in Washington and in Tampa. The main strike package comprised.
So what I've seen mostly on Twitter lately, well, I saw a little bit of, hey, why are all these B2s flying from this area? And then someone's like, well, there's some flying from this other area too. And people, because of flight trackers or whatever they're doing, they're talking about it. Which is strange, but
that's why.
So they were talking about that, and you're kind of seeing this here. And then also there's a whole bunch of people over in DC that are pissed off because they didn't get the knowledge ahead of time. Specific people mostly that did not get the knowledge ahead of time, because probably need to know, and the more people that know things, the more of a chance there is for spillage. So anyway,
And in Tampa. The main strike package, comprised of 7 B-2 Spirit bombers, each with 2 crew members, proceeded quietly to the east with minimal communications. Throughout the 18-hour flight into the target area, the aircraft completed multiple in-flight refuelings. Once over land, the B-2s linked up with escort and support aircraft in a complex, tightly timed maneuver requiring exact synchronization across multiple platforms in a narrow piece of airspace, all done with minimal communications.
You've done joint stuff before, right, Tuna? Like air.
Yes.
And you know how incredibly precise and challenging it is to coordinate multi-services, flight coordination, tactical coordination, security, logistics, all that.
That's
tons,
what I do.
Yeah, it's tons of logs, tons of logistics, and it's incredible. When he's talking about this, I'm just like, dude, the amount of planning and comms and everything has to happen precise, on time, perfectly every time with very little wiggle room is just insane.
It's like Fox News and some of the news programs, they were like just thinking of how it would be done, and they were like, oh, they would land in Guam, refuel, and they did not touch ground once.
Yeah,
there and back did not touch ground one time.
Yeah, well, we have tankers that's their job, so
they're all done with minimal.
Go ahead.
There's one thing that the Air Force does very well, and that is logistics.
Yeah, I would agree.
This type of integration
did not mean to hit that. Didn't even touch
it. Because Navy, they have their own logistics side and all that stuff or whatever too. But when it comes to like overall logistics, the Air Force does it very, very well. And like you're saying with the joint, you work joint, you probably see this too, how it works. In any sort of mission, no matter what branch you're in, there's probably going to be an Air Force bird involved.
Oh yeah, usually
in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
Usually,
you'll hear later. Like I think their altitudes were way above normal, considering who was involved in this. He's gonna list them.
Go for it.
Is exactly what our joint force does better than anyone else in the world. At approximately 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time last night, and just prior to the strike package entering Iran, a U.S. submarine in the Central Command Area of Responsibility launched more than 24 Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles against key surface infrastructure targets at Esfahan. As the Operation Midnight Hammer strike package entered Iranian airspace, the U.S. employed several deception tactics, including decoys, as the 4th and 5th generation aircraft pushed out in front of the strike package at high altitude and high speed, sweeping in front of the package for enemy fighters and surface-to-air missile threats. The strike package was supported by U.S. Strategic Command, U.S. Transportation Command, U.S. Cyber Command, U.S. Space Command, U.S. Space
There's a lot of
Force,
commands.
and U.S.
Yeah.
It's
Space Command and Space Force. So I'm thinking they were up there.
Literally like, I mean, the forces involved in all this, there's almost all of them, we'll say.
It's the entire DoD.
Yeah. Pretty darn close.
And the fact that they would like put out decoys and strategically struck fucking air defense stations.
Oh, with the Tomahawks like he was talking about?
Yeah. Like this was highly coordinated.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. The capabilities of all the different types of hardware that we have is just insane. And when you put it all together, it's literally a nightmare. Literally a nightmare. In fact, we came in the middle of the night over there and ruined their dreams.
I think he said it was like 2 something in the morning over there or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 2 to 3 something in the morning, the attack happened. All right.
U.S. European Command. As the strike package approached Fordo and Natanz, the U.S. protection package employed high-speed suppression weapons to ensure safe passage of the strike package, with fighter assets employing preemptive suppressing fires against any potential Iranian surface-to-air threats. We are currently unaware of any shots fired at the U.S. strike package on the way in. At approximately 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2:10 a.m. Iran time, the lead B-2 dropped 2 GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrator weapons on the first of several aim points at Fordo. As the president stated last night, the remaining bombers then hit their targets as well, with a total of 14 MOPs dropped against 2 nuclear target areas. All 3 Iranian nuclear infrastructure targets were struck between 6:40 p.m. and 7:05 p.m. Eastern time. Again, that's about 2:10 in the morning local time in Iran. With the Tomahawk missiles being the last to strike at Esfahan to ensure we retain the element of surprise throughout the operation. Following weapons release, the Midnight Hammer strike package exited Iranian
I love the name, dude.
And the package began its return home.
Midnight Hammer.
We are unaware of any shots fired at the package on the way out. Iran's fighters did not fly, and it...
Wait.
That was it.
So that was a short version of it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's like a half the version.
Yeah, that's a 4-minute version.
Yeah, there's another one that's like this part 2. I wonder why they did part 2 up there, but maybe they have it like on their page or something. But there is a part 2. Is that the one we just watched?
I think this one was
what's
the one
that? No, it says just watched on the one you just watched.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so maybe this one.
Throughout the mission,
there we go.
We retained the element of surprise. In total, U.S. forces employed approximately 75 precision-guided weapons during this operation. This included, as the president stated last night, 14 30,000-pound GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators, marking the first ever operational use of this weapon.
So
I know that battle damage is...
Have you ever seen a bomb that big? Okay, let me put it this way.
Those things are
most
insane.
planes are, they might carry like a 2,000-pound bomb. This plane carries multiple 30,000-pound bombs, bro. It's hard to explain like how big some of these things are.
There's a thing right there. It says that it's 6.2 meters high long.
Yes. That's like 20 fucking feet.
Yeah.
It's about 20 feet long. 20 feet long, dude. Imagine
It's
that.
20 and a half feet.
Okay. So 20 and a half feet long, can penetrate through the ground, through cement, like up to 200 feet or some shit like that.
Yeah,
Before it explodes.
It's 30,000 pounds, dude.
Yeah. 30,000 pounds. That's insane.
Yeah, what is it? Where's it at? Here's one that's for the penetration on it. I'm looking at it. So penetration
60 meters.
60 meters.
60 meters of 50,000 psi concrete.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I don't really see anything. Doesn't look like anything's destroyed. That's because it's all underground.
Yep.
It just looks like holes in the ground.
It's like,
But underneath
Yeah.
that, it's
That's like 200. That's
Decimated.
just under 200 feet.
yeah, that's like if you, you know, I don't know how to explain, like a poof coming out of a hole.
Well,
Compared to something like a surface blast, not a subsurface blast like that.
Well, but I saw a video the other, I think it was today, and it was talking about how it was almost like the Top Gun Maverick movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Like how they deployed one to get it in there, and then another one.
Yeah.
Like he literally said it that, you know, we deployed multiple in there. So you got to think that thing goes down 200 feet. You drop another one, and if it goes in the same fucking spot, you got 400 feet now.
Possibly, yeah, unless it was, different trajectory or something.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing.
But-
Like, either way, like you're still, I gonna fuck some shit up,
Dude, you know?
Eddie Vance said that we dropped it on a target the size of a refrigerator.
Yeah. That's
Basically.
laser accuracy, man. That like,
Yeah.
usually they're within a few, meters, really? But that's accurate, dude.
Yeah.
I think we're the only ones that have this tech, right, in the world.
This one, there
Yeah,
is
laser got it in.
some countries with, Israel has bunker busters, but they don't go. They're not
Right.
as big. They're like the last
No.
generation.
Yeah,
Yeah, nowhere near.
yeah, we give them raw stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody gets all of our old shit
Rust.
that's been around since the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Iran's got F-14s, bro. Like
And
F-14s, F-14s were great aircraft for their time, but now they're flying against all these newest generation fighter aircraft, electronic attack aircraft. Zero chance that an F-14 is gonna keep up with them, dude. Maybe in a straight long shot speed wise, but even then, I wouldn't think so.
But I don't even know if the F-14 can keep up with the F-15, like in a fight.
I mean, that used to do air-to-air training, right, with F-15s and F-16s.
Well, yeah. I mean, I forget what the stats are on the F-15, but there's not been one shot down ever.
Yeah, I don't know. I know F-16s and F-5s are pretty popular aggressor aircraft for people to practice like air-to-air combat training and stuff. Especially with all new fighter jets. So electronic.
Well, the
attack
F-16
jets.
is so fucking unstable, dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a cool ass jet.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fucking agile, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
that jet's one of those things. Like the pilots that fly that thing, they got to have a couple of screws loose because it's literally a flying death trap.
It's pretty old too, and an old platform, kind of like not quite as old as the F-14, but pretty old still.
Yeah, it's still. What is it? What did it come out? Did it come out? Was that the 80s? I think maybe for the F-16.
Somewhere around there. I know the first F-14 like concept maybe was in the 50s.
Yeah,
This is an old plane, dude. When they flew F4s in Vietnam, F-42 Phantoms in Vietnam, that aircraft has to take off in full afterburner because it's like a yard dart. It barely has wings.
I
December 9th.
Go ahead.
What is it?
December 8th of 1976, the first full-scale development of the F-16A single seat flew for the first time.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, and the first prototype was 1974. So, like, we're still using shit from the fucking 70s and still dominating. Like,
50-year-old, you know, not all the airframes that are not 50 years old anymore. They've made many, many, many more, you know, different versions, upgraded blocks versions of them, and they're just better and better each time. But
yet we're still using we're just adding technology to the old.
Yes, a lot of times,
and it's still effective.
Oh yeah, dude.
And part of that is training. Honestly, that right there goes down to training.
Training, repetition.
Yep.
Just staying on top of all the newest tech that comes out that can be like onboarded, you know.
Yeah. Have you heard? Y'all watch Habitual Line Crosser, right?
No, I haven't seen that or heard of it.
Oh my god. Okay, so he's an Army like radar guy or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he's on TikTok. Dude's fucking hilarious. But what he does is he does all the like overlays and it's just the eyes and the lips, but he'll do it over like the United States.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Don't touch our boats.
Yeah, don't touch our boats. Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the latest one or whatever, with all this shit going down, I saw it today because the whole thing is like, when is the F-22 going to be able to go out into combat? Like that's like one of the big storylines with him. And then it was like, hey kid, go have fun. It's just like the plot of these is hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell everybody right now, if you don't watch Habitual Line Crosser, go look that dude up and watch him because you will be hooked. And they are like 3 to 4 minutes long sometimes. But they're fucking hilarious.
I think I've seen that, and I also like the Mandatory Fun Day guy. He's pretty funny too.
Yeah.
The one with like
but what I like
voice, but he's funny.
Yeah. But what I like about Habitual Line Crosser though is he talks about real world events, but then he makes a comedy skit out of it. Like he takes the shit that's going on in the news, you know, and he's got like Grandpa Buff, F-15, B-2, like,
yeah. And
then all the different countries.
Yeah.
You know, and he just makes fun of them. I'm sitting here and I'm like, how's this dude active duty? Well, he's not active duty, he just retired, but how's this dude active duty military and not creating international incidents with some of the shit that he fucking says?
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like we should have coated those bunker busters with pig's blood before we fucking.
I mean,
smeared it with pig fat before we sent them down.
Jesus.
You do not get your virgins.
So what I heard is like I don't think Iran would be able to wage war on other than like sleeper cells.
Yeah.
They could not, because they have zero aircraft carriers, so they couldn't have any air in our space, any planes in our space.
The thing you got to worry about with the Middle East, right, is, and we did this in Iraq too. Like there, in all those countries in the Middle East, there are terror cells. There are not even terrorists. I'll say radicals, just radicals in general, and they're all over that country, and they're embedded in so many of these countries.
No, they are the number one state sponsor of all of the terrorist groups.
But the thing about it is, if you look at it, right, with Iraq, and this is what I didn't understand about Iraq, is, you know, we're sitting here, you've got all these cells, and it's like, why are we fixing a fucking country that's been broken for thousands of years? Number one. Okay. That's
fair
opinions,
question.
disclaimers. It's already there. But like, you know, they can reach out. We already know. Iran can reach out and they can touch fucking Israel.
Well, yeah.
How many troops do we have deployed? But how many troops do we have deployed? That's to me, that's what I worry about. Is all those guys overseas.
There's,
you know,
I mean,
because they start launching shit. Who knows how many are over there? But you know they're over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, you've got freaking Qatar.
Yeah, Bahrain, Qatar. I mean, Bahrain's Yeah, I've
But-
been there a bunch
so
of
it-
times.
But that's that's what I worry about. It's like, get them the fuck out of the country. Just get them, and then we ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
America will have nothing to worry about at that point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. You struck an empty building. Cool.
Mhm.
You know, that's the best way we could hope, or thing we could hope for is just the building. You know,
Yeah.
not like these strikes into Iran were purely a tactical strike to destroy their uranium enrichment nuclear program. Like, that was literally it. It wasn't to kill a person or people. It was just to destroy things. People don't understand that shit. There's no attack on the people, you know. So it was a tactical strike. It's not war, like everyone keeps saying. It's literally not.
No.
Yeah.
And every president before him, gosh dang, freaking have ordered tactical military airstrikes into different countries for various reasons. So, like, it's not anything special just because, you know, this president did it. When the past ones have done it too, on multiple occasions. But let's you want to? I'll go ahead and we'll continue on the clip. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bro.
go with that because I was going to show another one that kind of explains some shit too.
Okay.
Final battle damage will take some time, but initial battle damage assessments indicate that all 3 sites sustained extremely severe damage and destruction. More than 125 U.S. aircraft participated in this mission, including B-2 stealth bombers, multiple flights of 4th and 5th generation fighters, dozens and dozens of air refueling tankers, a guided missile submarine, and a full array of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft, as well as hundreds of. Throughout the mission, we retained.
That was it on that one.
Oh yeah. Basically, imagine yourself running through a cornfield naked, backwards. That's what happened to them.
Want me to pull up the other one?
That's a
I already got it
quote.
pulled up.
That's a quote from. Did you guys see that meme I made? By the way, that's a quote from. What is that movie? What's that movie, dude? Hold on, I'll close this and then.
Hold on,
yours ready?
Yeah, I'll share it in a second.
All right.
All right, got it up.
Got it up.
So this is what started that whole thing this morning.
US just bombed Iran. Hey, civilian. Yeah, you got nothing to worry about. You in your suburban home in some major city, United States. I don't think civilians quite understand how massive and how terrifying the United States military truly is. I think most veterans active duty, we get it. But like people who are like civilians, they're like freaking out right now. And they're like, oh my God, you have nothing to worry about. You guys don't understand how much defense the United States, all that money, it goes somewhere. You have nothing. They've been on it. They've been thought about it. Every single center. These people aren't stupid. I don't think civilians quite understand how big and scary our military really is. I think they just like, they think we're playing soldiers. Like, bro, y'all have no idea. I'm a vet, bro. I've seen shit. I know shit. Go to bed. You're fine. Good night. Just keep tweeting shit.
I think he ended that with a little chef's kiss there. That was perfect.
But yeah, like that's how it kind of like all started because I get this TikTok video, straight up civilian, no military affiliation or nothing, and then all I got was, "Is this true?"
Yeah,
and I just responded back and I said 100%. I was like, "It's 100%." I was like, what? And because I know her mainly, it's the wife. We were on a group chat, but it was like, I said, look, get off of fucking social media and get off of the fucking news.
Yeah.
And she was like, why? And I was like, because all they are doing is pushing misinformation to try and warp your fucking mind into getting to whatever agenda of whatever you're watching. I was like, and social media algorithms are the fucking plague.
Yeah. They'll just continue feeding it, dude.
Yeah, you watch one video and then it swaps it and now you're getting brainwashed. Yeah. I was like, get the fuck off of there. I was like, yeah, get off of the news, get off social media, start watching fucking cat videos.
Yeah.
I was like, but got
stuff.
TikTok. I was like, but anytime you see something, think back to that fucking video and you're good.
Yeah. Don't worry.
That's all you got to do.
We got this shit. Just chill.
I like
You're
the
fine.
people's like, I wish they would. The sleeper cells have no chance because we are a country of psychopaths. Like that, our citizens are psychopaths. Like we are a full country. Like especially down here in South. Yeah, it ain't happening.
That's like the fat electrician, dude. That dude is fucking hilarious. Like some of the analogies that he comes up with.
The fat
he's a
electrician.
prior army, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, you've never seen that, dude. He does a lot of history shit, but he'll pop up, and talk about like the B1, right? They call it the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a prototype that they were doing. It was going to be the B1R. What were they going to call it? The boner. And it was like, I guarantee you the E4 Mafia came up with the B1R just so they could call it the boner.
Well, that's like the B2 is the flying fucking death nacho or some shit like that.
Yeah, the spicy Dorito.
Spicy Dorito. Yeah, if you see it,
freedom
you're okay.
Dorito.
Don't worry. If you can see it, you're safe.
Yeah. But, he talks about that. He's like, what drunk fucking redneck decided that we are going to strap a fucking 30 millimeter fucking Gatling gun and then decide to put wings on it?
Someone was a
like,
genius.
you want to talk about
genius.
psychopaths?
Yeah.
Like you
genius.
talk about psychopaths. That's what it is.
Bert. Yeah. I fucking genius. That thing's an absolute beast.
And it's the most feared plane in U.S. fucking history.
The sound of it is just insane, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker shows
we're
up.
talking about, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about the
A10.
Warhawk. Yeah, A10.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Bert.
Yeah, it's scary sounding, bro.
It is. I heard
Well,
it.
see, and that's the thing. You hear the bullets.
Video.
Well, but you hear the bullets first before you actually hear the gun firing.
Yeah, bro. I shot just an M134 minigun off the side of a helicopter a few occasions, and that is a way smaller round. It's a 7.62, right? Just that thing firing up to 3,000 rounds a minute. The feeling from being behind that weapon is just, you can't even explain it, man. It is a different feeling.
But here's the deal, though, with that thing. It still will fuck up the flight path of a helicopter when it's fired off the side.
What?
If the pilots don't compensate for that because there's so many rounds, just the sheer force of it. Think about what that damn A-10 does.
Oh,
they have to learn how to fly the plane and shoot it at the same time,
and learn how it feels flying it while shooting rather than just flying. Yeah, definitely.
I still think
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say if it didn't run out of ammo so fast, obviously because it shoots so fast, it could actually make the plane stall.
Yeah.
Really? I have never heard that. That's crazy.
Yes.
That thing is just powerful weapon, man. Powerful. Like, we've seen them guys do JTAC, like calling close air support with A-10s, and dude, trust.
Yeah, it's stupid.
We got this shit. Right.
What blows my mind is those, like the World War II, back when they still had propeller planes, and they would shoot the guns, and they would the guns were timed to go through the propellers.
Mm-hmm.
That's the craziest thing of engineering I can think of. Like, that's just insane to think of. Like a machine gun shooting. You think how fast a propeller shoots, and those bullets are going in between each blade and not hitting the blade.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're okay, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah,
go to
bed. Go to bed. But you got to think, like, if we can,
big boys and big girls handle it.
I mean, back in the 40s, if we were able to put a fucking machine gun that we can shoot through propellers and not shoot our own planes down, And that was back in the 40s. We're good.
Yeah.
We're 80 years later. We're good.
Oh.
And that technology probably came out in the 30s. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I don't know when, but that's insane stuff, man. There's so many
AG,
things that people just don't know, man. That's just like, relax.
Well, but that's what got me about that whole conversation that we had today with them. It was like, because we're so close to it and being deployed, you know, and hell, even people like finance troops, they don't really get to see a lot of that. It's mainly your combat guys. You know, your maintainer, the guys that actually go out on the front lines and hear shit. The ones that are like that, they understand more. And it made me have a whole new outlook. It literally brought a whole new outlook today on how civilians are. And we talk a lot of shit about people, you know, and what they believe, but it's like, they're just naive.
You don't know what you don't know. That's it.
Exactly.
You know,
Ignorance.
Well, you know, I guess, yeah. Well, it's not necessarily ignorance. It's just not knowing. That's not.
It's
really
not.
ignorance.
It's not a nefarious ignorance term. It's you're not
ignorance.
educated on the topic. Yeah.
Well, ignorance is like you don't know, and you also don't care.
Yeah.
Well, like I would say, this is just not knowing. Like I don't know.
The ill-educated.
You know, there's a lot of things that all of us in this group and chat and everybody don't know how to do, or the inner workings, like Tuna said, of things. But there are things we do know of, and people here know the inner workings of things, right? Because that's just what we've done and what you've been involved in. But there's people out there that just walking around that just don't know, and they don't know what they don't know, you know? So then they make an opinion or an assumption based off of something they just truly don't know anything about. And it turns out like it's either fear, or it's completely wrong, or maybe they're given bad information because they're glued to their phone all day and watching propaganda shit. You know,
that's what I was gonna say. And then you introduce the news outlets and social media, and then now this is where we're at now.
There's
What's getting me, though,
much
is these content creators that are now just switching their tune towards the president, like the older millennial, never woke, like because of the strike. They're equating it to us going to war with Iraq because of the weapons of mass destruction that we never found.
Yeah.
Well, there was a dude today that, you know, that freaking popped up and was like, he posted on Facebook. It's my resident. This is my resident Democrat that I keep on Facebook for my enjoyment. And I found out as of today, he's probably never going to ban me. So that's good. But he posted, he goes, what happened to no wars, no this, no that? That literally his post. And then he posted the headlines of the bombing.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, tell me where this is war.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, this is an act of war. I said, no, this was a fulfilled promise that the president said I give you 14 days for peace. And if not, guess what? Here we go.
Yeah.
And they fucked around. They found out. And then what I did, I went and found a clip of President Obama stating that, yes, if Iran, and I literally posted it on his fucking.
Iran cannot have a nuke. And under his regime, they will not have a nuke. It's because of after him.
Was before that even.
Trump.
Yeah, but you know, so I posted that shit or whatever, and he messaged me on the side, and he was like, he goes, you only pop up every so often. I was like, I don't want to get banned from your account. I do kind of like you outside your political views.
Yeah.
But there are times where I got to set you fucking straight because you go a little too radical on me. He goes, I'll never ban you. And I was like, all right, cool. Prepare for war. And I put in quotes.
Yeah, people get tossed up in they think something is what it's not. Like I said, oh, this is grounds for, you know,
and World War III
impeachment, blah blah. We're at war. No, we're not. That's not war. That's a tactical strike, well planned out for reasons, not like a ground. You know, there's no ground assaults going on. There's no, you know, we're not doing any of that shit. We just said you get rid of this stuff, or we're gonna get rid of it for you. And then they said, we're not going to get rid of this shit. So guess what we did? We took the fucking trash out. That's just how it works. That's not a war.
It's not our fault.
That's
It's
a
not our
promise.
fault. It's not
promise.
our fault that we can drop a fucking bomb from international airspace that nobody controls.
What I saw was that they need to enrich plutonium to, or what, uranium to 90%. The last inspection, they were at like 84.7 or some shit like that in the 80s.
Yeah, I haven't
And that
seen
was like a
anything
couple
on
years
that.
ago.
I haven't seen none of that.
Yeah.
But that's how much I care too.
Yeah.
So it was a hard line in the sand. They were crossing it, and an action needed to be taken.
Yeah, and then you got all the other countries saying, well, we're just going to give Iran one of our nukes. I'm like, we'll figure out where it's at, when it's traveling, and we'll make sure it goes away too. So good luck. Good fucking luck.
Everybody's worried about
it
Russia
just
getting
weird.
involved. Russia has their hands full right now.
They do, and I don't think they're as
They're not getting
crazy as
involved.
Iran.
Well, here's my honest opinion on what I think about Russia. I honestly think that having it, no matter what your opinions are on fucking Trump, whoever's listening to us, I don't care what your fucking opinion of is, but I think having him in office is the greatest thing to keep Russia at bay with us, no matter what.
Yeah.
They'll talk shit on each other a little bit on the sidelines, but all in all, in the end, I think they both understand the same things. Like
There's a mutual agreement.
Mutual
Yeah.
respect.
or
Yeah.
mutual destruction is basically
Yeah.
what it boils down to. That's literally what it boils down to. Because 30 minutes, in 30 minutes, everything will be a bright white light here. But before that happens, we'll know what have happened and we'll fire it back. Everything.
Yeah.
So it's mutually assured destruction is all it is. And they're all afraid of it. And nobody wants that.
Yep.
So it ain't going to happen.
Exactly.
It's just posture, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's people saying like we're big hypocrites because we're the only country that used them. Is well, that's because now we know what is the fucking damage. We know.
We invented it.
Like we know that that can't be done again.
Yeah, we invented it. So of course we used it.
Well, I mean, and the original one is lighter than what is the technology now. I guarantee it.
Oh, bro.
Oh yeah, by far. It's not even on the same hemisphere of a bomb anymore. It's like they dropped 2 on Japan, and it took out areas of a city. You dropped 1 on Japan now, and the island's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know if this.
And you create global warming.
Accidentally drop one in like one of the Carolinas or something like that too.
What?
I never heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I've actually they accidentally released a nuke on.
I have not heard of this. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, if that was the case, it would be an uninhibited area.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Only if it went off.
Yeah. You can go visit.
Getting released though. Even
you can go visit.
even radiation.
Accidentally nuclear bomb dropped South Carolina,
but it didn't go off, did it? It just fell to the ground.
Nuclear.
Unarmed. Yeah.
Oh, it was unarmed. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. Always North Carolina.
That's just
no more.
That's just like a weapons loader. That's just like a weapons loader dropping an 800-pound bomb off a jet because he forgot a screw.
Seen it. 2,000-pounder right off the belly. Clunk clunk. Thank God for dummy bombs. Or they call it captive air training missiles or fake bombs you fly with that don't do anything.
Yeah, the little trainers.
Trainers.
Well, I mean, the dude that his arm was under it when it dropped. That was tragic.
Oh, ow. Yeah.
Yeah, that probably didn't bode well.
You can still see the crater to this day.
Just where the hit and then.
Yeah, like you can go and visit it. Like it's a little pond.
They turned it into a pond and put some fish in it. It's very southern of them.
That looks like my fucking backyard.
We made a pond, guys.
That's the crater where the bomb hit.
Mars Bluff atomic bomb. It just hit, but it didn't do anything. It just landed in the ground.
Yeah.
basically.
It did damage a house.
Yeah, but it didn't it did not
Nearby.
explode, right?
No.
No.
It left like what looks like a little 30-foot radius, not radius, diameter, radius.
Yeah, I'm sure that
fucking...
was felt for a long ways away.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, that pond looked like my backyard. Like,
look at the bank of it.
oh, it says an unloaded nuclear bomb.
Yeah. So it didn't have a warhead on it.
I was about to say, so is it a nuclear bomb at that point if it's unloaded?
I mean, I suppose.
It was accidentally dropped an unarmed nuclear bomb on a farm in Mars.
Yeah, but that's AI. I want to look at the news
While the
report.
bomb did not, because the core was stored separately.
Oh, yeah.
Empty.
So, okay.
The core wasn't in it.
So it's a very heavy piece of metal that dropped out of a
Facts.
is all it was.
See, I learned something because I actually thought, it was.
No, I think we've they've only detonated things in the desert and like over water and shit, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, over water, under land, and Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's fucking mid last century tech. Think of what we got now.
I can only imagine.
If you're ever in the US and you get an opportunity to go visit one of the silos, go check that shit out.
Oh yeah.
Because they have them open for some of them are open for tours and shit.
Yep.
You'd be like,
that's cool.
What the fuck? You're looking all the way down there, like this thing's like the size of a building.
I wonder if deeper than our bunker 60s? Busters can hit. Like if they're down lower, like in the ground lower than where even our bunker busters couldn't take them out.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe not.
I don't know. What are you talking about? Our silos?
Underground, yeah. Our nukes.
If I don't
stored deeper.
At least the ones that are open to tour on they're deep, but they're not that deep.
Yeah, they're deep as fuck. I know that.
Haven't they sold some of them? Like the government sold some of them off. Didn't some people buy them and like turn them into a home? Like built houses
the
in
old
them?
silos?
Oh yeah.
Old silos, the in-ground silos.
Well, I'm sure people own that land and then the government just leased it from them. So whenever they didn't need it anymore, it probably just went back to the person's land.
I'm almost certain I have seen some where somebody turned an old missile silo into a
and now they're they're just tourist attractions.
In was it South Dakota? There's one that's you can go on a tour of. It's open. Yeah, there's probably photos of it online and Google and shit, but it's definitely interesting. Like, holy shit, bro. I mean, damn, if you go to the F.E. Warren Air Force Base in southeast Wyoming and you go to the front main gate there and you'll look and you'll see a Peacekeeper missile, the Minuteman missiles, and they're fucking enormous. And they're just like static displays. You can see them from the interstate. They're pretty big. Those ones, anyways. So.
Those are all intercontinental, right?
I
listed.
Think so.
Yeah, ICBMs.
So Elon Musk went to Russia and bought a couple of ICBMs from him, unarmed ICBMs from Russia for SpaceX to put one more boost on it and get them to Mars.
Yeah, ICBMs. So check this out. Okay, so the Peacekeeper is the ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile, part of the U.S. arsenal. It can carry 10 warheads capable of delivering nuclear strikes with 300 kiloton payloads.
Jesus.
That's fucking insane. Like, what was the payload of the
Massive.
atomic bomb and that
Hold on.
dropped in
I
Japan?
don't know.
Big boy or little boy? Or fat man? What was it? Little boy? We're gonna look really quick and see.
So little boy had a yield of approximately 15 kilotons,
Yeah.
and fat man had a yield of about 21 kilotons.
Yeah, AI is saying 20 to 25 kilotons.
So that is a total, of
Yeah.
fucking was that 36 kilotons.
Yeah. Whereas a Peacekeeper ICBM,
One missile.
300 kilotons.
Yeah.
So the difference there is just massive.
What are we talking about?
The little boy and the fat man bombs that were dropped.
Oh yeah.
So we were looking at their payloads, and it was like between the two combined, it was what 36 kilotons.
36 kilotons.
Whereas our current ICBM Peacekeeper or Minuteman 3, I can't remember which one it was, but it can carry a 300 kiloton payload. So
Look, this would just show you like the difference in
that's
like
Peacekeeper
how
missile.
big the bombs are now.
Well, that's what I said. Like those bombs took out parts of cities, whereas our bombs now take out
continents.
countries. Yeah, continent.
This little circle here, that was the Hiroshima.
Okay.
Yeah, at the bottom.
And then here's the Tsar bomb that the Soviets have.
Which is what? What is that? 50?
50 megatons, yeah.
Yeah, 50 meg or kilotons.
Kilotons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
just says
KT.
MT. Oh, is it?
It's KT.
KT, yeah, if you look at the
Okay.
zoomed
It
in
looks like an
part.
M up here, but you can see it here as K.
Okay. Well, we got 300.
And then the bunker busters that we just dropped are right here.
What? Are you pulling it
At the
up?
Right
and look
next
where
to
it says
Hiroshima.
bunker. Yeah, right next to Hiroshima. That little tiny,
Oh, yeah.
the little micro
Beam.
peen on the left.
Oh, I just saw the nub.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, we kept our promises. Should have fucking stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Didn't listen. Yeah. So, fuck them.
Hard
goodbye.
line
You can
in the sand
see-
was crossed.
The more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Facts. Never truer. Never truer. Anyway.
All right, you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap this shit up, guys. Let's do it.
Yep.
We got
They work at 5 a.m.
yeah. All right, fellers. It's been fun.
Yep.
And
It's been 3 weeks. Holy shit.
it has. Let's try it. Maybe we'll get one in next week. We'll see.
I'll be here.
All right. I think I'll be here too.
I don't think I will, but I might.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll talk about it behind the scenes.
All right.
So y'all be easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Goodbye.